tutorial video. So in today's video, we're going to be learning how to do a phone pouch. All right, let's dive right into the tools and materials for the project. But before we get started, I'd like to say a massive thank you if you are already a subscriber of this channel and supporting this mission. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I'll advise that you hit the subscription button and also the notification bell to be notified anytime a new video is uploaded. Before I head right into today's tutorial, I'd also like to introduce to another channel of mine, which is Podcast with Sheila. That is a channel that is spreading positivity around the world by sharing inspiring real life experiences. If you've not yet subscribed or seen that channel, I would advise that you visit it now and have a listen to the number of stories we've done in the past. Okay, so let's get right into the tools and materials for today's project. So I've gone ahead to develop my stencil. As usual, it's a very simple stencil, and I've gone ahead to do my cutting just for the sake of time. I'm going to talk to you about all the little bits I've gone ahead to cut. So this is going to be the main body of the pouch, all right, and it's going to be 7 by 7.5 inches wide by 9.5 inches long. All right, when you've done that, you're going to be putting the stencil into 2 equal halves, and then you're going to make a slit. Okay, and then you're going to make a slit. This is going to be for the bit where you're going to be placing our zip. Okay, the zip opening. From the edge of your stencil coming in, you're going to be leaving about 1.25 inches, and then that is where you're making this slit. Okay, the zip I'm going to use is the metallic zipper teeth, and that is 7.5 inches long. So you make a slit that can accommodate this length. All right, so my zipper slit is 6.1 inches long. You can go as far as 6.2 inches long, like that, and then half an inch wide. All right, for your zipper teeth, and then you cut it out with a space. Okay, so that is it for it. Here we have another little strap that is going to go over the pocket, and that is 1 inch wide by 5 inches long. You do that, and then you round the corners, and then you cut it off. We're going to also need 2 straps for the handle, or for the hand. Okay, and they are in 2 bits. There's a short strap and then the long strap. Okay, the long strap is 1.5 inches wide, like that, by 40 inches long. Okay, we'll work on it later. Then you've got the short strap. The short strap, that is 12 inches long by 1.5 inches wide. Okay, so that's going to be it. You need your matching threads. Okay, so for me, I've picked these as my matching threads. I may have to swap this for a black thread for this bit, and then this one will be for my nude leather when I get to that bit over there. Okay, you're also going to need some hardwares. So these are the hardwares I'm going to use for today. I've also got my handmade tag and my D-rings, and then my belt hook here that I'll be using for today, and then of course my snap button that will go over my strap. So basically those are all the bits you're going to be using for today's project. Let's get right into it. I think I left something out, and I'm going to be talking about that in a minute. So I left this pocket out. Now let's take the measurement for the pocket together. 4.75 inches wide by 5.5 inches long for this pocket. And when you've done that, you're going to come in about 1.25, okay, and draw a line. All right, so I think I'm going to have to do that with you here. So let's say this is our pocket that we've measured. You come in 0.75, okay, so you come in 0.75, and then you come down another 0.75, then you do the same here, 0.75 across like that, and 0.75 coming down. Okay, and then you connect the points like that. So this is actually what you're going to cut, but if you don't want these sharp edges, you're going to have to round this up, okay, like what I have done here. you round these corners up like what I have done here. You can also come like this and round these corners up like this. So you're going to be cutting here and here, all right, like I have done here. I rounded these corners off, but I made these edges straight. You can just round it off like that to have it like an S before you cut on this line. So that will be for your pocket. Now I have doubled it because my leather is quite soft and I was looking for a very firm effect for this bit here. So I have doubled it. I have cut 2 of those pieces. I'm going to run a top stitch all around it before we attach it to this bit here. Okay, we'll get right there, but for now let's put the pocket on the side and then let's get on with our stitching. Before I go right into the stitching, let me talk about my leather here. So this leather came with an adhesive at the bottom, so I peeled off the adhesive. This is actually how the leather came, just like that, without this fabric on top. I've just placed the fabric on top for reinforcement, but the leather came with a paper because there was an adhesive, so this bit is sticky. Okay, I just pulled the paper off and then I stuck some fabric to it as I wanted a different effect for the inside of my pouch. So that's what I did, and I think that works quite easier because the leather came that way. All right, so when you've cut into the bit, what I'm going to be doing next at this bit here is to run a stitch. All right, I'm going to be running a stitch all around here, okay, for this inner bit. But to make my zipper steady, I'm going to get my stick glue and then I'm going to quite gently put some glue across here. Okay, the purpose of doing this is just to keep our zipper in place as we are stitching, all right, so that it doesn't move and then we are sure it's in the right place. So I'm just putting just a little bit, a wee bit of it, not too much, just a little bit of glue, all right, in there before we actually go into stitch. So I'm going to position my cut over my zip, make sure that I got it right. And then we take it from there. So at this point I'm going to go ahead to stitch it all down. All right, so I'm going to set this on the side and wait for it to dry a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and thread my nude cotton onto my machine. So whilst I do that, I want to do everything that has to do with nude, and that's the reason I'm going to talk to you about the next step from doing the zip. Okay, so I'm going to do a top stitch all over here like that and just leave it, and then we'll come and attach this pocket to this bit here of our bag, and then we'll run a stitch onto it. Okay, because it's going to go like this, and then we're going to have the pocket come onto it here. Okay, it looks like the pocket is quite wide, so I may have to trim it down a little bit before we actually do the sewing. So let me give you the measurement for the pocket again. The pocket I realized was quite big for what I wanted to do. So the pocket is 4.5 inches wide by 5.5 inches long. Okay, and I think that this actually serves the size for what I'm looking for. Let me go ahead to talk about the strap. So what I've done with the strap is to find the center of the strap. Okay, find the center of the strap, and I've ruled a line. Okay, I'm going to fold one bit of the strap towards the center, and I'm going to run a stitch onto it here, quite close to the end of it. Turn the other side, fold the other bit of the strap towards the center, and then run a stitch onto it as well. So I'm going to do that for both sides, both straps here, and then we take it from there. Okay, so I want to bring you up to speed with what I have done so far. So I've stitched my zipper in, and I've also stitched the pocket. But before I did that, I folded the pouch into 2 equal halves just to see where I can position my pocket. So I have done that. The next bit is to stitch in the flap. So I'm going to find the center of this fold, which is about here. I'm going to crack that bit open so I know that it's somewhere here. If I can just put a marking there, okay, it's not too much, something not too visible, and put this into 2 as well, and know that that is also here. So I'm just going to be marking my points somewhere in here. So that's where I'm going to be stitching my flap. All right, I'm going to try and go in a little bit to hide the bit over there, and then I will stitch the flap in there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my machine just to stitch it straight up here, and then I will set my snap button here, the male on top and the female at the bottom, and then we take it from there. So I've gone ahead to attach my snap button, the male on top and the female at the bottom, and I've also stitched in my handmade tag as a way of embellishment. The next thing I'm going to do is to close our pouch up. So I'm going to make an all-round stitch. All right, so we're getting there. Don't be bothered about my knots. I'm enjoying as I'm working. It's 10:40 p.m. here, and I'm still working, so I need to nibble on something so that it keeps me awake. Anyway, I'm doing all this for the love of it and for knowing that you guys are going to watch. So if you're watching me and you've not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button now and the notification bell to be notified anytime a new video is uploaded. Let's get on with it. I like what I'm seeing in front of me. So to remind you, I am doing a phone pouch. So this bit can be for your coins, your other bits, all of that, when you're going out and you don't want to carry anything big. But as usual, we all want to have our phones with us. You can have this strapped around you. So I'm basically done with the bag. I've done the short bit of our strap. I'm going to go ahead and do our longer bit, and then we take it from there. Okay, so I'm going to go on and finish our very long strap, which is going to come on the other end and then strap it on together. So I'm going to go on, finish the longer strap like I've done the shorter one, and then we take it from there. Okay, so this is where we are. We're going to learn how to make holes and then slide these rings in for our handle. Okay, let's learn how to do that. We'll first make holes in here, decide where we want to make the holes, and then we'll set it in. All right, so I have made my holes. I don't know if you can see it, where I'm going to be setting my holes. Okay, so it's from here to here is 0.75 inches. From the top is half an inch or 0.5 inch, and then you make a hole there, and you put your mark in there. So you do the same thing. From this edge coming in is 0.75 inches. From the top coming down is 0.5 inches, and then you make your mark as well. We want to be sure that we are getting them at the right places. So I'm going to get my hole making tool and then gauge the hole, hit it to. So we've set our gourmet. I'm going to slide in the our rings, and then we take it from there. So I finished putting in the ring. I've just slide in my long strap. I've made a fold over here, you can see, just to finish off the edge nicely. I've also made a hole with my setting tool of this hardware, and I have slid in the back bits of it. I'm just going to put the opposite bit, which is the female bit, to cover the male half. Get my tool and then clump them together. So I use the flat edge. You know, this bit here is going to go on top of it, and then you hit it with your mallet to engage it and lock it in. So that is also set as well. Okay, so that has also been set. As you can see, I want to fix the buckle, so I'm going to be measuring from there, from here coming in about 2.5 inches, and find the center. That is where I'm going to set my buckle. So I'm going to be setting one of my gourmet here. So I'm going to go ahead and make a hole over there. All right, so let's set the buckle. Sometimes it gets a bit confusing. So this, you slide it in like this. This here will be hanging out. Then that comes into your hole like that. pull this over to the back. All right, and then there we have it. We set the buckle. I'm going to wrap this in here at the bottom to finish it off. Okay, so I'm going to put one of these. Let me turn it around, so I'm putting the right side here. Probably just do one or maybe two, one here and one here, and then we'll finish setting. All right, so we've come to the end of today's project. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give our video a thumbs up. I have done a few belt holes here, so you can extend the length of your phone pouch if you have to. Here we are. You can slide this open and put in your money, your coins, your card, and then the phone goes in here. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give our video a thumbs up, and don't forget to share as well if you've not done that already. Until we meet again, have a good day.